Hi everyone, Vinay here. Welcome back to my channel Learn Coding with Vinay and playlist ASP.NET Core MVC. One of the most common requirements in business application is search screen with multiple filters. In this video, we will be building a dynamic employee search functionality using ASP.NET Core MVC and Entity Framework Core, where user can actually use multiple filters like employee ID, name, select department, and even select multiple projects from the filters and search the employees. All of these will be optional parameters with a condition that at least one parameter will be selected at a time. And this is how the UI will look like. Right. And we will be using existing project which is EMP, MGMT, EFCF that we used into the CRUD operations video tutorial. So if you have not watched those videos yet, I highly recommend to you guys to go ahead and watch those videos, and I'll share the link of the same in the description of this video and the comment section as well. Right. So let's dive further into this. So as I said, we'll be using the existing project that we were building in the CRUD operation example. I have run the project and let me open the UI as of now. Right. So we had worked on various master data CRUD operations. Let me just give you quick overview that we have worked on few master data CRUD operations and employee CRUD operations. Right. Now what we want to do is we will be implementing one more menu which is employee search over here, and we'll implement the search functionality. So let's dive further. So let me go ahead and first thing first, let's go ahead and add the menu. So let's go to views, shared layout. So we already have few menus. We will take this employee menu example and copy paste it and convert it into the search menu. So let me go ahead and copy paste it. Right. So here controller will be employees only. Method we will be using is search. So we'll create a search method. And we'll give the menu name as search employees. So let's save it. And let's see if we can see those changes on the UI. Yeah, so we can see the search employees menu. Right. Now let's go ahead further over here. Let me stop this. Now let's open the employees controller and add the search get method. So we will go to controllers, employees controller. Let's copy any method. Let's take index method as of now. Copy it and create the HTTP get method for search. Let me put it down over here. Let's give it a name search and remove the remaining code as of now. So let's mark this as search. Save it, remove all those code. We'll add the required code whenever needed. As of now, just we want to make sure that the navigation is working fine. So clicking on the search menu, it lands on the search page, and that's what we are achieving at this moment. So the method is ready. Now let's just add the view also. So right click on search, add view. We'll take the blank view as of now. Add. Let's give it a name search. Add. Let's add a heading just as of now, that search employees. Save it, and let's run it and see whether our navigation is working fine. Right, so let's click on search employees, and we can see that search employee link is working fine. Now over here we will design it in such a way that we will have two rows. In first we will have the filters, and in the second we'll have the results. So let's move ahead. Let me close this. And as a part of it, first let's go ahead and create a view model, because in the view model we need to declare few filters and the result. So let me just go ahead and add. So right click, we'll say right click, add a class. Let's give it a name, employee search VM. Let me go ahead and put down necessary properties, right? So we will have filters for employee ID, name, department ID, and project ID, right? And for department ID and project ID, we will need drop downs. So we are taking these two properties also, departments and projects, and results that will be displaying in employees property, which will be list of employees, right? So let me go ahead and add the required using for this. So it will be EMP EFCF dot view models, right? Or models, sorry, models, because we have those in these model folders, right? So we are ready with the our view model, which is employee search VM, right? So these are the filters. These are these properties will be used to fill the drop down, and this property will hold the results, search results, right? So let's move further now. Now let's update this our get method, search get method, to have the necessary stuff in. So what do we need to do? We need to declare a variable of emp search vm, right, employee search vm, and we need to have the department and projects data to fill the drop downs. Initially there won't be anything in the employee, right, and we'll return this view model, right? So this is good as part of the get method. Now let's update the view also. So let me go ahead and control v the code. Let me also put down one line over here so that it breaks well. So what we will have over here, and let me also put down the required using view model and the title of the page. Let me correct the using over here, yeah, view models, right? Okay, so let me tell you what I did over here. So what we did was, we created a form with the required inputs. First we will have the employee ID, next we will have the name, next we'll have the department drop down, and next we will have the project drop down, right? And we have the button to search and clear the search. So let me save this. Let's run it and see how does this look like. So let's go ahead and click the search employees menu. So we have the filters ready. We have text box for employee ID, text box for name, we have drop down for department, and we have drop down for the project. Now clicking on search will actually display the employee list below, down over here. So let's work on that. So let me close this, and let's work on the UI part again. So filters are ready. Down below over here we need to display the results. So what we are supposed to do is, so let me just copy paste what I have, the ready-made code. So what do we need to do? It's simple. In the model, we have employees property, right? We need to fill the employees on the post method, and whatever we are filled, we will be displaying it over here. Let me remove this as of now. Uh, this project we'll add it later. Okay. Let me save this, and let's move to controller now and work on the search post method. So let me just create the search post method over here. Sorry, my bad. Right. And first what we want to do is, we want to bring the drop down data, right? Let me put down it over here, I think I have, yeah, okay, this is good, right? So we are bringing the drop down data, and then the next thing we want to do is to check whether at least one filter is provided or not, right? So what we are supposed to check? Okay, so what we are supposed to check, if employee ID has some value, if name has some has value, if none of them has value, then we are putting it down as an error, and we are saying that please enter at least one such criteria, right? And we are returning the view over here, and in the end also we'll return the VM only. Let me have this, and let's put down this error message on the UI also. So in UI, somewhere above the two buttons, we should put down the validation control. So basically we should put down the validation control, summary validation control over here. I think we have it already, right? So that it displays the error message over there in case we are directly pressing the search button without giving any filters, right? And if any filter was given, then what we are supposed to do, let's implement one by one. So let's say employee ID was given, and so what we are supposed to do, first of all we need to bring all the data, and since we have all parameter marked as an optional, so we'll have to filter those data on a step by step basis, right? So what we are doing, we are bringing all employee first as of now, right? Including their department designation, employee, then their projects also, right? And then if employee ID has something over there, then what we are doing, we are querying this data again, and we are only bringing those employee IDs. Let's test up to this. Let me go ahead and run the project and see. Let's go to search employees menu. Let it load. Okay, so the employee search page has loaded. Now this message is coming in advance, we'll have to tackle this, we'll do it later. Now let me put down one employee ID and say search. So I don't think we have employee for one number. Let me go ahead and search for two number. Okay, I don't have that either. So let me go ahead and see in employees what I have. So we have one, we have two. Okay, excellent. So let me go ahead, let me put it down one over here, and let's debug this a little. So let's say search. Let's go over here. What do we have? So let me see, what do we have, are getting as an input. We are getting one as an input. That is good. Let's go ahead. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead. Query is equal. Let's see what do we have in query. Let's expand the result and see whether it is returning some data or not. Okay, I think we are retrieving the data, but we have not assigned back it to the employee's property. So let me stop this. And I missed one line, that was over here. We are filtering the data, but we did not assign back to the result property. That is our VM's employee property. Right now it should work fine. And also let's okay, this is good as of now. So let me run this and see further. So let's go to search employees. Okay, let the message appear, we'll fix it. Let me take one employee. Okay, I think we don't need this debugger now. Let me just remove it and say F5 from here. And we can see that we are able to bring one employee data. So we have put it down one filter as of now, and we are only considering one. And let's go ahead and do the other filters now, work on the other filters. So let me close this. So what we will be doing, that over here, you know, we'll check for all other parameters, and we will put down the condition for other filters also. So let me quickly go out and just copy paste it, right? So what we are doing, if name is not empty, we are applying filter for name also. If department is not empty, basically if it is selected, we are applying for it also. And let me put it down for the project also, similar way. Right. So if there is anything selected on the screen, then only we are applying the filter, otherwise we are not applying the filter, right? So at this moment we are good, and the final result will be that we are applying into the employees property of our view models, right? Now one problem we had was, that no message, no employees coming, this message was appearing every time. So what do we need to do? We'll have to make sure that this should only appear if the search button is clicked, right? So what do we need to do? We'll go to the VM, and we'll have one more property over here, that is called search performed, basically search clicked or something, right? So by default it should be false, right? And in this HTML, now we will check if search was clicked, then only we are supposed to display all this, right? And let me press Ctrl KD. Yeah, okay. And in this also, what we are supposed to do, if search was clicked and if we have the data, then display the tabular structure. If we don't have the data, then display this message, right? So this should be taken care of now. Let me just save it, and let me quickly see. And one thing we need to do is, if the search was clicked, we'll have to mark explicitly as true in our post method, right? So what do we supposed to do before we start filtering? And over here we'll have to put down this, that okay, search was clicked or search was performed, right? So let me go ahead and save this, right? Run this, and let's see. So let's go ahead and go to search employees, and this time we don't see that no employee found message when we are loading first time, right? Let's go ahead and select some department, and let's say search. So we can see the only employees with this department only. Now let me make this select. Let me take this guy. Let me only select the project. So these are the guys who are working in the ERP project, right? But one thing over here, that we are not displaying projects over here, right? So we should do that also. So we'll do it in couple of minutes only, right? But let me clear this now. Let me press the search button directly, then it is giving us the please enter at least one such criteria. So that is also working fine. Now let's do one thing. Now let's put down, okay, let me just search with A. So I hope that we have the employees with A in it, many employees, right? So we have 4 employees, okay. So this is good, right? Now let's work on the uh, displaying the projects over here, right? So let me stop this, and let's go to search CSS HTML UI. So in the UI, what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to display projects, and how we can display it, it's quite simple. Like EF core, gives EF core as the functionality that we can bring the comma separated list very easily. So let me copy paste the code over here and explain that. Okay, what we are doing, we are bringing the project name of the employees. Basically, if an employee is working on 2 projects, so we will have 2 projects comma separated, right? So we are using string dot join, and we are separating those projects with the comma, and this is the list. So if there are 3 projects, there will be 3 comma separated project name, right? So let me save this, and I don't think we need to do any change in the controller side, because we have already done, we have already we are already bringing the project IDs, right? Projects. So I don't think we need any change over there. So let's go ahead and run this and test it once. Let's go to search employees. Let's, yeah, have the A as a filter criteria. Let's say search, and we can see the projects comma separated project names, right? So this guy has probably no project map to it, so we don't see anything. So very nice example. This guy is working on only one project. This guy is working on two projects, ERP and CRM. Now let me go ahead and do one thing. Let me remove this and let's try to figure out if our project filter is also working or not. So I'll just say ERP and let's say search. Okay, so we have the list of employees who are working on ERP. So this is also good. Now, since we have one to many relationship between an employee and project, ideally we should give user an option to select multiple project, right? So there should be an option so that user can select multiple project, and the result will display the list of employees who are working in one of the either those project, right? So basically whatever we are selecting from here, the employees should be listed based on that. So let me clear this. Let's do that. Let me stop this. So first thing we need to do over here is to correct this project ID. It is currently now integer only, but we will have to make it as list of integer because we are letting user select more than one project IDs, right? So let me go ahead and change this to list of integer project IDs, right? First thing. Second thing we want to do is to update our drop down in the search CSHTML, right? So currently we are only allowing one select. So what we need to do, just write down multiple so that user can select multiple menu. We don't need this. Let me remove this. So this is good. And we'll have to change a little in our controller, right? Because earlier we did this. Okay. Earlier we did this for single project ID only. Now we are supposed to have the multiple project ID. So what we will have, I have the ready-made code. So what we are supposed to have, we will check whether the selected IDs and employees project IDs are matching or not by using .any. That checks whether whatever project IDs we have selected from the UI, if that exists for any employees, it will bring that employee in the results criteria, right? So let me save this. Let me go back again and go to the drop down and let's see if if it looks good, right? So the only change we wanted to make was to mark it as a multiple selection, right? So that is done. This is also done. And employee search we have marked it as a list of integer now. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this. Let's go to search employees. Now let's say I want someone who is working on ERP and let's say sales operation. Search it. So we have few ERP. We don't have anybody in sales. Let me see what was selected. Sales operation. Okay. So let's select ERP and banking now. So let me go ahead ERP and let me remove this and let's say bank. So only this guy should appear. Okay, let me see. Now if I select ERP, then we will have all these. Let's go ahead and search because this work as a or condition, right? Because we are checking if any of the project is, if any employee is part of any of this project, then that guy should be listed over here, right? That's what we are doing. It is not the and condition, right? Any one project is there, then that guy should be here. So basically employees working in either ERP or either banking app should be listed over here. So let me see, this guy is ERP. Here we don't have ERP, but here we have the banking app. So which is good. Here ERP, here both ERP and banking app both are there, right? Now let's try to filter further. Let's say we want to have sh in name and with the either working on one of this project, right? So let's say search. So ideally we should have, okay, one record, Rahul Sharma. Okay, let me clear this up. Let me have just a over here and let's see what data we have. right? So we have 4 employees over here, right? And let's try to select the department. Now if I select IT, then we should have only 2 employees. Excellent. If I say HR, we will have 1 employee. Okay, so this is also working nice. Let me say clear. Let me write some random employee ID. It should result in no records found. Okay, so this is also working fine. Let me have the correct employee ID. So this is also working fine. Now let's go ahead and let's say I. Who do we have a I in the name? So we have 3 employee who has I in the name. Anita Verma, Vinay, and new employee edited. Okay, excellent. So our search functionality is working very nicely, and we have covered quite comprehensive form these filters. Like employee ID, we have only single value entry. Name, we have single value entry. Again, department, we have single choice. Basically, we are selecting one of the available options. And from the project, we can select multiple options, right? So we have multi-select option. And all these parameters are optional, right? Whatever is selected by user, that should appear in the result list. Right, so this is quite advanced, I would say advanced or comprehensive search functionality using Entity Framework Core, that we have implemented. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like the video, hit like button, subscribe to my channel for more ASP.NET Core MVC tutorials. Thanks a lot guys again, and I'll see you in some other video.